Okay. Yeah, the wrong one. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the Isupk Alabama Sabbath service class. You know what I'm saying? We finna get this going. So we're gonna start off with a matcha, men of Israel, I matcha. We're gonna call up Chuka Punata Duck. Hold on a second. All right. Chuka Punata, state your register. State your register, right?
Maya Howard, Maya Yasha Allah.
Punata Duck, Maya Howard, Maya Yasha Allah.
Yah Bashim, Yah Shabbat.
Y'all Bashim, y'all Shabbat. Like we call you a trooper. You're officer now. It's a lot. Start with the Lord's Prayer. What y'all have done was we turn to face the east. We're gonna start with the Lord's Prayer. You read the Hebrew. Officer Zalman.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemai. Shaddai. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak. Taba'ah. Rataz. Hayah. Shah. Baratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemai. Nathanaw. Lakar. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknaw. Kabawaknaw. Kasalaknaw. Kabawaknaw. Wala'ah. Kabayanaw. Banasayawan. Abal. Awashanaw. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Nakah. Amalaku. Wahapakara. Walamyam. Aman. It's the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. This is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Bashem. Yahushua. Babakashah. Nathanaw. Hakah. Warapah. Call. Bakala'ah. Wakal. Madawa. Hakah. Latahar. Hamatzah Zariah. Hakah. Lahakayam. Hamatham. Hamatayam. Hakah. Al. Rakawah. Hatama'Allah. Lagarashan. Bashem. Yahushua. The water among.
It's the power of the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirit. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you so big. Bless Israel.
All right. We'll do the bless Israel in the Hebrew. All right. Yahweh. Bashem. Yahushua. Baraklanau. Wayasha Allah. Wahabayah. Sapariah. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magan. Bashem. Yahushua.
What we just said is
Lord, in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you so be.
Thank you so be.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayan, Ahari, Mahayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Yahweh, Asha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayatan, Amawat, Galka, all, Yanawam, Shamarka, Anah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yashan, Shawamar, Yasha'alam, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Ayad, Yamyanka, Yamumam, Hashemah, Ra'ah, Yakaka, Wayirah, Malaya'ala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Agora, Yashamar, Adnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aika, I will.
This Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hill. From which cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Damya, Lakah, Al-Thakarash, Wa'al, Tashakwat, All, Dayah, Hana, Awayab, Yakab, Yahamah, Yawan, Wama, Shana, Yakab, Masha'ah, Ra'ash, Al-Makah, Yarayam, Sawad, Wayah, Daya'isha, Al-Taza, Pawan, Yakab, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidum, Magayah, Wala'ah, Yasakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Awad, Yakab. Now what? Aitza. Lam. Yakad. Al Yakab. Bariyah. Yakarah. Ahahaya. Adawam. Wayashama Aliyam. Mawabah. Wahagariam. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Palashah. Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam. Asawar. Nalawar. Imam. Hayawar. Zawar. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Asha'ah. Laham. Commander. Kasaya Shah. Kasaya Shara. Kaya Bayan. Banakal. Wayashawan. Nashamadwa. Bayan. Daharya. Hayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada Yaba.
Nayataba.
Mawab.
Mawab.
Ka'arab.
Kairab.
Wakazaaba.
Wakazaaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakazaba.
Wakatazamana.
Wakazalmanai.
Call.
Paul.
Nasayakamwa.
Nazayakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amorwa.
Morwa.
Nayashar.
Nayashar.
Nadawa.
Amawa.
Nahawa.
Nawa.
Alhaya.
Ahaya.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagog. Slay. Kagog. Kagog. Gala.
Kagala.
Kagwash.
Kagwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka.
Rawaka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Tabaira.
Nawaira.
Gaira.
Gaira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Galahats.
Salahat.
Hayam.
Ayam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tawadapma.
Daradapma.
Ba Sa'ira. Ka.
Basairika.
Waba Slagger. Waba.
Rabah.
Sawapa.
Salapa.
Ka.
Ka.
Gabahalam.
Dabahal.
Mala'ah.
Malaa.
Payaham.
Yaha.
Kwalawan.
Kalawam.
Wayabakwash.
Wayabakwash.
Wa.
Waha.
Shamka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Ya'aw.
Yabashwa.
Bashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Ayahawa.
Ajai.
Ayai.
Wayakapawa.
Wayakapawa.
Wayabad.
Wayabah.
Wa.
Wa.
Wayadawa.
Wayadawa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ata.
Ata.
Shamka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Ya'aw.
Lebadka.
Bad.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Akal.
Call.
Ha'arataza.
Arataza. This is Psalm 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thine enemies make a tumble.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation,
That the name of Israel
that the name of
may
Israel
be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
They have consulted together.
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Israelites
Moab.
of Moab,
The Hagarenes.
the Hagarenes,
Gabal.
Gabal,
And Ammon.
and Ammon,
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The
the
Philistines.
Philistines,
The inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Say lie.
Say lie.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As unto the
as
Midianites.
unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of
and
Kison.
the brook of Kison,
Which Paris had endured.
which perished in the
They
door.
became as dung for the earth.
They became a dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Make their nobles like a ram,
And like Zeb.
and like sand.
Yea.
Yea,
All the princes of Zabah.
all the princes of Sabbath,
As in Samun.
as a Samuel,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of God.
the houses of God
In possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a
As
wheel,
a stubble before the wind.
as a stubble before the wind,
As a fire burneth the wood.
as a fire burning wood,
And as a flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as a flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute
With
them
thy tempest.
with thy temper,
And make them afraid.
and make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
Oh Lord.
O Lord,
Let them be confounded.
let them be confounded
And troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
let them be put to
And
shame
perish.
and perish,
That men may know.
that men may know
That thou whose name alone.
that thou whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the most high
Over all the earth.
over all the earth. You shall be made to be seated. We get started over in Genesis chapter 50. Get started in Genesis chapter 50. Get started in Genesis chapter 50. Yeah, we in Genesis chapter 50. We're going to get started in the Hebrew. Officer Kunata, you going to read that Hebrew for us?
God.
All right, let me get over there with you. We can get going. Huh? What we talked about last time was the blessings that we gave to the 12 tribes, right? And how all the 12 tribes would be what their spirits was, right? How Judah would be like a lion's whelp, right? And he would have his throat at his enemy's neck, right? And how Isupk was a donkey between two birds, or an ass between two birds, and a servant to tribute. And talked about Zabalawan was it's like Zebulon was in the place of ships, right? And just all those different breakdowns in Genesis chapter 49. And we're picking up at verse 50 right here after Jacob has passed. To give you a little background of where we at and what we're going on. If y'all have any questions as we go through the class, throw them in the chat. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to Isupk Alabama everywhere you can be found. You understand? That's where we at with it. You understand? We everywhere that the Lord has allowed us to be. So like, share, and subscribe. All right? With that, I'm going to pass it to Officer Kunata to pick us up in the Hebrew of Genesis 50.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 50, verse 1 in Hebrew. Wayapala. Wayasa. Allah. Yausa. Allah. Panaya. Abayawa. Wayabaka. Alayawa. Wayashakwa. Lawa. Verse 2. Wayatazawa. Wayasa. Yawasa. Ata. Abadayawa. Ata. Harapaya. Yum. Lakanaita. Ata. Abayawa. Wayakana. Tawa. Harapai. Yum. Ata. Yashala. Verse 3. Waya mala'a wa lawa araba wa ma yawam kaya kana yamala'a wa yamaya hakanata wa yam wayabaka wa atawa matazara yama shaba'a yama yawama. Verse 4. Wayabara awa
Yamaya, Bakaya to Tawa, Wayada Bara, Wayasa, Wayasa, Yasa, Allah, Bayata, Para, Paraiha, Para, La'am, Mahra, Na'a, Mataza, Ha, Kana, Ba'a, Hana, Hayab, Hakam, Kum, Dabaraiwa, Na'a, Ba'aza na ya Para'a ha la'am ra verse 5 ba'aya hashara hashab ana ya la'amra la'amar hanaha anaka ya mata bakwaba raya ashar kaya ya ya barataza kana shama'a tokwara na ya takwaba wa'a takwaba nayara takwaba ranaya wayata ha alaha na'a wayakwaba raha ata abaya wayasha wa baha verse 6 waya mara wayamor Ra'aha alaha wakwa bara ata abayaka kayashara hasharaya hashaba'a habasha ya'aka verse 7 wa'ala ya Allah Yawa sa la ra ata abaya waya lai wa atawa
Kala, Abadaya, Hora'a, Ha, Zakwana, Ha, Ya, Bayata, Wakala, Zakwana, Ya, Arataza, Matazara, Ya, Ma.
Now, what is that word? Matazar. You said Matazara Ya. Ma. What is that word? What is that word?
Matazara, in English.
And yeah, I want it in English, but
Oh,
that way it makes sense what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Tata Rayon. That sounds familiar, you know? Tata Rayon or Matazarian.
Oh, okay.
That's how we say it, right? What is Matazarian? You know what it is? You living in the scriptures, maybe tell you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I need to look at the scripture. I don't want to sound foolish.
You good, you're in class, bro. That's where you get to sound foolish. You get to learn, you know what I'm saying? Is your Bible? So, Officer Tazar, who is Matazarian?
That's Miss Salaki. That's Miss Ryan.
Miss Ryan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Miss Ryan in the English. So who is that? So now Tazar, what nation is that?
Oh,
You know who that is now?
that is.
Miss Ryan. Think about the land we in right now.
Oh, the Native American.
No,
No, wait.
in the scriptures. Where we at in the scriptures? What land are we in the scriptures? Where was Joseph at?
Oh, Israel.
No.
No, right here.
Yeah. What land were we in when he went over to this land and he was ruling?
Egyptian.
He was Egypt, right? Matazarian, Mizrayim, is Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That's Egypt in the scripture. So,
Like I'm thinking about here.
I'm sure you good, man. All right, Officer Zalman, you read that for us? Baba Kasha.
Khan, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him
Right,
and kissed him.
right.
Verse 2. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father.
Uh-huh.
And the physicians embalmed Israel.
Right. So Joseph fell upon his father's face because he passed, right? The last verse we read was him, Jacob giving up the ghost, right? Jacob had gave up the ghost, and Joseph fell on his face and kissed him because he was sad, right? His father died. So he told his servants to embalm him. Keep going.
And I bring up, he didn't mummify him.
Right.
They go back to when you were saying, this is the last chapter before when he said, "Go bury me with my."
That's right.
My people.
That's right. And that's then, if I could, what you're saying is heavy, right? Because that was them being clean with the body. You know what I'm saying? They being clean with the body. They took all that out and embalmed him, so he wouldn't spoil on the trip back where he was going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Most High Christ, keep going,
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days.
Right. So they embalmed him, right? And then the Egyptians mourned for Joseph's father for 70 days, right? Because this is a significant loss. Keep going.
Verse 4. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, lo, I die in my grave which I dig for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again.
Right. So all this time had passed and they still hadn't buried him. So that tells you how they had to prepare the body for that. You know what I'm saying? They had to prepare the body for this and put him to the side. For 10 days they mourned. All this went on. He had to ask Pharaoh to let him go. All right? Keep going, brother.
Come. Verse 6. And Pharaoh said, go up and bury thy father, according as he made thee swear.
Right.
And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt.
Mizraim, Egypt. You understand? So that's what happened, right? So at this time, the Pharaoh allowed Joseph to go up and do this thing. That's the difference from what you're going to see in the future, is how the Pharaoh dealt with Israel versus how they're dealing with them right now. All right? Let's go back and read the Hebrew. Let's get some more Hebrew.
This is the book of Genesis, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Salak. Yeah, this is Salak. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Salak. Wakal, Bayah, Yawasa, Wa'akayawa, Wabayah, Abayawa, Rakwa, Tapam, Wataza Anam, Wabakoram, I Zabawa, Barakaza, Gashan, verse 9, Wayal, Amawa, Gum, Rakah, Gum, Parashayam, Wayahaya, Hamak, Hamakan, Hamakana, Kabar, Kaban, Ma'an, verse 10. Waya Ba'awa, I, Quran, Atad, Ashar, Ba'ai Barak, Hayaradan, Yawasapadwa, Sham, Masapad, Garawal, Wakabad, Ma'ad, Wayaish, La'abad Yawa, Abal, Shaba'ai, Yamayam, verse 11, Wayara'ah, Yawashab, Harakaza, Akana Naya, Ha'abal, Bagaran, Ha'apad, Waya Amarwa, Abal, Kabad, Za, La Matazar, Al, Khan, Farah, Shama, Abal, Matazar, Ashar, Ba'abar, Hayaradan, verse 12. Waya Aishwa, Bana Yawa, Lawa, Khan, Ka'ashar, Tazawam. Verse 13. Yawa Sha'awa, Atawa, Bana Yawa, Arataza, Kana'ain, Yawa, Wa, Yaquab, Barak, Salah. Ya, Salah. Wa, Yaquab, Barawa, Atawa, Bama, Ra, Salah. Shada, Kapala, Ashar, Quana, Abraham, Hasharada, Hashada, La Akazak, Kwabar, Ma'ah, Aparan, Hakafia, Al, Panayah, Mamara'ah. Verse 14. Wayasha, Yawasa, Matazarium, Ma, Matazar,
The H, the ha at the end kind of carries out that mouth.
Hawa'a, Wayaka, Yawa, Wakal, Ha'ila Yam, Apawa, La Kwabar, Abayawa, Akarya, Kabarwa, Abayawa.
Right. That's good. All right. Now you want to read that English for us.
Come. It's the book of Genesis chapter 50 verse 8. And all the houses of Joseph and his brethren and his father's house, only their little ones and their flocks and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. Verse 9. And they went up with him, both chariots and horsemen. It was a very great company.
All right, so this was a lot of people with Joseph when they went up to bury him, right? It said it was his father's house, only the little ones, all of Joseph's brothers, all their flocks, all their herds, all of them left out of the land of Goshen to go bury Israel, go bury Jacob.
Come, verse 10. And they came to their threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan,
Right.
and there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation.
Let's get a definition of the threshing floor. We'll need that in the future. Y'all know what a threshing floor is? All right, let's get that definition real quick. Okay. So you got it.
Come. The definition of threshing floor, a place where the harvest was prepared by separating the grain from the useless straw for the purpose of exposing and collecting most valuable part of the crop.
Right. So the threshing floor is where you separate the grain from the tares, right? Where you had to separate the meat of the produce, right? The meat of your food from the rest of that plant, right? That's where you had a threshing floor. That's what a threshing floor is, All right. So these folks came to where this threshing floor was, where they were separating everything, and they mourned there. All right. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation.
Come. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. Verse 11. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, "This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptian." Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. Verse 12.
So these Canaanites saw these Africans, saw these folks mourning, right? And they said that this is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. That's what they thought they was mourning for Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? So they named it that place. Keep going.
Come. Verse 12. And his son did unto him according as he commanded them. Verse 13. For his son carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a barren place of Ephraim in the Hittites before Mamre. Verse 14. And Joseph returned in Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried his father.
Right. So after they buried their father, where they go? They went back to Egypt. All right. All right. I'm going to read the Hebrew on verse 15. This is Genesis chapter 50, verse 15 in the Hebrew. Waya ra'awa, akaya, yawasak, kaya, bata, abayaham, waya amarwa, lawa, yasha tamanawa, yawasak, yahashab, Yasha, Yashaya, Lanawa, Ata, Kala, Hara'aha, it's like Hara'ai, Ashar, Gamalanawa, Athawa, verse 16. Wayatazawa, Allah, Yawasak, La'amar, Abakaya, slightly. Abayaka, Tazawa, Lapanya, Mawatawa, La'amar, verse 17. Ka, Ta'amarwa, La Yawasak, Anaha, slightly. Ana'ah, Sha'ah, Na'ah, Pasha, Akayak, Wakata Atham, Kaya, Ra'ai, Gamalawak, Wa'ata, Asha, it's like Sha'ah, Na'ah, La Pashai, Ibadya, Alahaya, Abayaka, Wayabak, Yawasak, Badabaram, Alayawa, verse 18. Wayalakawa, Gam, Akayawa, Wayapa, Lapanyawa, Wayamarwa, Hananawa, Laka, La'abad, slightly. La'ai by the young. Verse 19. Waya Amar, Alahaya, Yawasak, Allah, Taya Ra'awa, Kaya, Hataka, Alahayam, Anaya, verse 20. Wa'atham, Kasha, Batham, Alaya, Ra'ai, Alahayam, Kashamot, Kashaba, Lataba, Lama'ain, Aisha, Kayawam, Hazaha, Laha, Kayak, Ain, Baba, verse 21. Wa'atha, Allah, Taya, Rabawa, Anakaya, Akala, Akala call, Atakam, Wa'at, Tapa, Kama, Waya, Nakam, Awaf, our thumb, Waya Dabar, Allah, Labam. So you know,
this is Genesis chapter 50, verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which did unto him. Verse 16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying.
Hold on 1 second. So, yeah. So Joseph's brethren saw their father was dead, and what they said, certainly Joseph gonna bring all that old stuff we did to him back up. He said he gonna bring all that old stuff we did to him back up. So they got it together. They said, man, we got to figure out what to do.
Right.
So they sent a messenger under Joseph saying this. Keep going.
Come, verse 17. So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil, and now we pray thee forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him.
Right. So when now they made their plea unto Joseph, and Joseph is saying, Joseph now is weeping unto them. He's weeping when they speak. Keep going.
Verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we buy thy servants. We be thy servants.
Right. So now they fell down before their face and said, Behold, we be thy servants. Now y'all remember the vision Joseph had? Y'all remember that vision that Joseph had this dream, and that's why they hated him because of this. Remember that? They hated him because of this dream that they would bow down before him. And now what they're doing, bowing down before him. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come, verse 19. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for am I in the place of God? Verse 20. But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive.
Right. So you thought you were trying to do evil unto me, right? But the Lord had another plan. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop what the Lord want to do, right? You can't stop what the Lord want to do. You might have a plan to do evil, but God got it where you can't do evil against him.
Right.
You can't do evil against his people. You know what I'm saying? You might try to, but He's gonna do it in such a way where now you got to come back to him that you thought you was gonna unalive. You thought you was gonna sit away and never see again. But now you got to go bow down in front of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens when you love the Lord. The Lord will make it a way. What did he say? He'll make your enemies your footstools, right? And that's what you see, man. You see how these brethren, Joseph's brethren, they mistreated him. But what they had to do in the end, had to come back to him, had to ask him for food, ask for their life from this man. And that's how the power that the Lord can give to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the power the Lord can give to us if only we was to serve the Lord. If only we was to be righteous, man. Keep going, brother.
Come. Verse 21. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he will comfort them and spake kindly unto them.
Right. So now he said, I want to nourish you. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. You understand? I'm going to look out for you. All right? I'm going to take care of you. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Let's see, we're going to time. Let's keep. Y'all want to read some more Hebrew? Y'all want to just read English? Whatever you want to do. Let's keep going. Let's read English.
Come. Verse 22. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years.
Right.
Verse 23. And Joseph saw Ephraim, the children of the third generation, the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up Joseph's knees, upon Joseph's knees.
So this right here, you see that Joseph dwelt in Egypt, and he lived 110 years, right? And he said he saw the third generation of Ephraim's children. You understand? They made Joseph's grandchildren. This is great grandchildren. Right. He got to see his great grandchildren. He got to see his Manasseh's grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? So he lived to be a great age and got to see all of his family and whatnot like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to see your great grandchildren. How many great grandmoms do you see right now, man? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't see a lot of great grandmoms. You damn sure ain't gonna see a lot of great grandmoms. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we died early. Keep going.
Come. Verse 24. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land unto the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right. So Joseph told his brother, he said, man, I'm going to die, but the Lord is surely going to take you out of this land. He's surely going to put you back where the land that he swore to you. You understand? He said, the Lord is going to visit you and do this for you. And that's what's supposed to happen, right? Joseph was the leader of his family. He ministered to his brothers, if I could, right? He ministered to his brothers and told them what thus said the Lord, right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. Verse 26. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt.
So Joseph was put in a coffin in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? But it's Joseph's father, Joseph's father selected to bear with his father. So you find that pyramid now, you might find the bones of Joseph. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how real the Bible is. You know what I mean? Folks try to say that the Bible ain't real, but you know what I'm saying? You hearing the stories about where they put them and how they buried them and whatnot like that. You know what I mean? All right. So we're gonna get a little of this Exodus. We're gonna see if we can get through some of this Exodus right here. Let's keep going. Let's read this chapter 1 of Exodus.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob.
Now these are the folks that came into Israel. You understand? These are the ones that came with Jacob, right? These are the ones that came into Egypt. All right, these are the names of those people. Keep going.
Come. Verse 2. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, and Naphtali. Naphtali.
No. These are your brothers. You gotta say this right.
Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Verse 5. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
Right.
Verse 6. And Joseph died, and his brethren, and all that generation. Verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the lands was filled with them.
Right. So all these were the folks that came with them, right? These folks came up, right? What did they say? 70 souls?
70 souls.
70 souls walked down into Egypt. What they say, right? These are the ones that came out of Jacob. These are the ones that went down. All right. And now all this time they grew and got fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and it waxed exceedingly great. You understand? exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Out of 70 people, that's how we multiplied. All right. Ain't that a crazy thing that we still multiply like that today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I walked in Walmart just a few minutes ago, man. It was like I seen a mother and a father who look like a mother and a father. They got 10 kids on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They wax great. You know what I'm saying? They wax great, man. You know what I'm saying? How many single mothers you see out here? They got like 7, 8 kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We wax great. We multiply exceedingly. Now, if only we could do that righteously, where that sister would only have one baby's father. You know what I'm saying? If we could only do this in a righteous manner, we would be that much better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we work, man. That's telling the story of who we are and how we do. Now, keep going, verse 8.
Come. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
So now you got a new king coming into play. You got a new president. It ain't no more Obama. Now you got Donald Trump. It ain't no more Donald Trump. Now you got Joe Biden. And now you ain't got no Joe Biden. Now you finna have Kamala Harris or whoever else is gonna be president next. You understand? This man didn't know Joseph. Didn't know what Joseph did for Egypt. Didn't know these people. You understand? Keep going.
Come, verse 9. And he said to his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
This is what he said, man. He said the people of Israel are more and mightier than we. And where these people at, Cesar?
What they at right now?
Right.
People are in Egypt.
They in Egypt. So he get a little nervous.
Right.
He get a little nervous. He said, these folks that's in here, these ain't our people. But they are waxing greater and mightier and more than we. Read.
Come, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there followed out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them out of the land.
Get them up out the land, right? They said, get them up out the land. That's what he said. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply more than they've already multiplied. Right? And then, because he thought they might turn on him, you know what I'm saying? And they were going to join to their enemies, man, and fight against them. That's what he was nervous about. You know what I mean? And he was nervous about that because he's the type of nigga that would do that. He's the type of person that would do that to them. You know what I'm saying? When we, Israel, have a hard time turning on the ones that has done good for us. If you look back at all this history we just said, when have we turned on the ones that was wrong to us? Look at what Abraham did. Abraham was still there with the king in that land. You know what I'm saying? Even then, we have a hard time turning on people. That's not in our nature. That's not in our spirit to turn on people and deal evil with people. You know what I'm saying? But it is in his. Right. It is in his Pharaoh's nature. It is in his nature to deal evil with you. So that's what he's going to do. Keep going.
Come, verse 11. Therefore they did set over the taskmasters.
You said what now?
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom, and Ramses.
That's right.
Verse.
No, you did good. Good job. So what did he do? He said, man, make sure these folks don't make sure these folks don't overtake us and get better than us and grow up higher than us. We're going to put taskmasters on. We're going to put them in slavery. And in this slavery, they're going to build up these great cities. They're the ones that's going to do the work. They're going to have to suffer. They're going to have to be on the bottom of the society as we stand on top of them. And that's what's happening in America. In America, you have to serve these oppressors. You have to serve these people, man. It's a lot. Yeah, it's all good. But so that's what happened in America. We having to suffer under these oppressors and suffer at the bottom of the society and trying to make us so we can't be great. The Lord got a plan. Keep going.
Come, verse 12. But the more they afflict them, the more they multiply and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Right. So the more they afflicted them, more they multiply. Nigga, you can't kill us.
Right.
You can't stop us, man. You can't stop what we do, man. What we do is what the Lord has told you for us to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord chose us. Deuteronomy 76 said that we are a holy people. That he chose us, man. You understand? Above all nations. And because he chose us above all nations, it's because we can do this. We can multiply. We can become greater. Even at the bottom of society. Even when you go to Mexico right now, these brothers having to serve and having to be servants for tribute. They know what we read last week or not. They having to be servants of tribute. You know what I'm saying? Having to carry a heavy burden, but they still multiply. They still increase with greatness, man. They still wax great, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we are. That's who the Lord has, that's what the Lord has made us to be, man. You understand? Right. Keep going.
Come, verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14.
You know what that is? Rigor. Let's look at that definition. Let's look that up. Let's see what rigor is. To serve with rigor. What that mean to be serving with rigor? What does it mean to serve with rigor? You ain't just serving, you serving with rigor. What is that?
The definition of rigor is the quality of being extremely thorough and exalted or accurate, strictness and servitude.
The next word.
Exhaustive. So like
I'm gonna say it says with strictness, severity, or harshness.
Yeah, right.
As in dealing with people.
Yeah, right. Strictness, right? Read it, say it again. Hold on. Read it, say it again. You said strictness and what?
Strictness, severity, or harshness.
Right.
As in dealing with people. Strictness,
severity, and harshness. You understand? But this word that this brother said right here, this definition, that's the one we got to add to it. That's exhaustive. Exhaustive. That means complete. You didn't read it all the way out. You didn't exhausted it all. So you being servant with rigor, you being beat down, severity. You understand? With harshness, man. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't no more in you. That's how you had to serve these oppressors, man. We had to serve them with rigor. Serve them with the rough kind of, you can't get no water. You can't get no breaks. You ain't even give them a day off to go serve their God. You understand? That's what we're going to get into. All Moses wanted in the beginning was for us to go serve our God one day.
Right.
One day is all that Moses was trying to get. And wouldn't even give it to us, man. Wouldn't even give it to us because he was a whole cold-hearted bastard. But you want to align yourself with these Africans. You want to align yourself with these Hamites, man. You're going to see how these folks treated us is why we should never align ourselves with them, man. Why we should never align ourselves with the Hamites. Never align ourselves with these disgusting ass Africans, man. How they treated our forefathers. We're going to read about it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to read about it. So stay tuned with us, man. We're going to read about this. Let's keep going about the show.
Verse 14.
15.
I'm on 14.
Keep going.
Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar, and in brick, and all manner of service in the field. All their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor.
Damn right. So he did that. He made them in hard bondage, in mortar, in brick, in manner of service, in the field. All their service, wherein they were made to serve, man. You understand? They made them do this in all of this, bro. You hear me? Like, all these great pyramids, when you look at Egypt, they wasn't built by no white folks, man.
Right.
They wasn't built by no goddamn aliens, man.
Right.
Them folks over there, man, in Israel right now can't even build a house. They got to get somebody else to come build a house because they can't do it themselves. You understand? It's too lazy they do it themselves. You think they going to be the ones to build up something great like this?
Right.
They're not. They're not. You understand? We the ones that have to build and do these great things because that greatness is in us, man. You understand? That greatness is in us, man. We the ones that built these pyramids. We the ones that made Egypt great. You understand? Keep going. You got something you gonna say?
Like I was trying to look up in that book, Nature Knows No Color Line. I was trying to find where it talks about blacks in America were in the same position in Egypt as they were in America. I was trying to find it to bring that when you said pretty much put taskmasters over there and stuff like that. So I was trying to find it real quick, but I don't know what page it is.
It was very similar to what we did when we was in slavery here in America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I was talking about, if that's what you're saying, and give me right if I'm not, man. But that's what you're saying is that we was being the same way we was in slavery here in America. It was the same way we were slaves over in Egypt, man.
Right.
In service, cooking their meal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think that's one of the books that they have in the school that they tell you to read. Nature Knows No Color Line. But that's what they brought out in that book. So they was trying to find out where the Negro came from. So it was like, no, they was doing tests on looking at the bones and stuff like that. And they said they weren't African. Or they weren't Egyptian. But the same state they were in America was the same state they was in Egypt. So what position were we in America?
Right.
So,
and who was in that position in Egypt?
Right. So now this book confirms what the Bible says.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to find the actual page, but I can't remember what page it was.
We gotta bring that out. Because that's a real thing, man. The same position we was in Egypt is the position we in today, and the position we was in there in slavery. And who was in that position in Egypt is the Israelites. 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, and natives. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives were the ones that was in that position. You know what I'm saying? Right. All right. Keep going.
Come, verse 15. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives.
The king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives. What did he say?
Of which the name of the one was Sipporah, and the name of the other Puah. Verse 16, he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him.
Damn.
But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Damn. So he said, when you be a Hebrew, when you build, it's like when you birth these babies, if it be a son, kill him.
Right. Damn.
But if it be a daughter, she shall live. Damn. That's the taskmaster we was under over there. And it sounds like that's the same kind of taskmaster we got right now.
God.
You know what I'm saying? The same kind of taskmaster right now where he wants men in America to not be strong men. He wants you to be weak now. He ain't gonna kill you coming straight out all the time. He gonna allow you to be grown, but then he gonna push this LGBTQ lifestyle on you.
That's right.
He gonna push this alternative lifestyle on you and tell you that you can serve that way. You can be that way. You know what I'm saying? Take all your power outside of your head and your household and make you be something that's disgusting. I'll just say it like that. Something that's disgusting. You understand? A down low brother. Undercover brother. That's how you be successful in America. You understand? Keep going.
Come, verse 17. But the midwives feared God.
They what?
But the midwives feared God.
Read it again.
But the midwives feared God.
But the midwives feared God. They feared the Most High God. You understand? They feared the Most High God. Now, what are the people that fear the Most High God today? You understand? What are sisters that fear the Lord today, man?
Right.
You understand? What are sisters that's in power and raising up houses and raising up their families? Where they are the ones that fear God? Because all I see right now is you got to have money if you're gonna come mess with me.
Right.
You got to have what you're serving. You got to provide if you're gonna come over here.
Right.
You understand? There ain't nothing wrong with you trying to be picky about getting your man, but be righteous. Use wisdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just get a man because he got money. You know what I mean? That nigga might have money, but he might be some disgusting bastard at night. You understand? Be wise in how you choose. You need to be fearing the Lord, man. These midwives fear the Lord. But I tell you what they at. I tell you what the ones that fear the Lord. They in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? That's what they at. You know what I'm saying? That's where the sisters that fear the Lord is at. The sisters that don't fear the God, they somewhere else, man. They in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? They in these fake Israelite groups, man. You know what I mean? Living an alternative lifestyle. You know what I mean? But these fear God. Keep going.
Come. And did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but save the men and children alive.
Right. So the midwives saved the men and children alive. Keep going.
Come, verse 18. And the king
Hey,
of
select. Let me cut you off. But can you imagine? They got 2 women dedicated just to birth. That's all they do. They're responsible for birth. That's their job. Damn, how many kids y'all have? You know what I'm saying? How many kids you have? And if these 2 sisters, that's a job. It's to birth women, birth babies all day long. How many kids y'all popping them out like that? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Y'all having babies like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. It's like
come, verse 18. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said to them, why have ye done this thing and saved the men and children alive? Verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Damn right. Read that again.
Come, verse 19. And the midwives said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Right. The Hebrew women are not like your goddamn Egyptian women. Right. We're not like you. They're not like us. Keep going.
For they are lively and are delivered air. The midwives come unto them.
Right. So these sisters said, you know what, no, I ain't gonna do that. These sisters, what the midwives saying, these sisters are birthing babies on their own. They don't need no help. They in the kitchen.
Right,
they in the living room having babies on their own house. That's what she said. You know what I'm saying? Popping them out. No problem. Pop them out. Something like that. These sisters are lively. You understand? Verse 20.
Verse 20. Therefore, God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
Yeah, right. So the king, Pharaoh said, hey, why you done this? Why you do this thing? Why you saving these children alive? And the Egyptian women coming for him. It's like the Hebrew midwives coming for him. Keep going.
Come, verse 21. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
And that's what they were living. That's the lifestyle we were living. That's the lifestyle we were living. That's the kind of lifestyle we were living, man. That's the oppression we was living on in Israel. You understand? And it's important for you to look at your history. It's important for you to look at what we have gone through, what your fathers have gone through. So you know now today, this is how I'm going to deal with you. This is how I'm going to deal with these people. Because this is how they treated us in the past. These oppressors mistreated us. Like, we're the only ones that forget so quickly how we've been mistreated by these oppressors. Right. And still want to love them. And still want to, you know what I'm saying, forgive them for the wrong that they've done. You understand? We're the ones that want to embrace them and invite them to the goddamn cookout. Man, who said these folks come to the cookout? Right. These folks ain't qualified to come to the cookout. They have not met the requirements to come to the cookout, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? To come to our cookout, you got to be Black, Hispanic, and Native. It don't matter about nothing else. It don't matter how well you dance, how well you rap, how much swagger you think you got. It don't matter what fraternity you play. If you are not a black, Hispanic, or Native, if your father was not a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native, you ain't coming. You can't be part of us. You understand? We give our love to our people. We don't give our love to all these other nations, man. We give so much love to our people, we have no more love to give. Right. Except now 2-1 say we're supposed to gather together. That's what we do, man. We gather together for these cookouts, for these high holy days, for Sabbath service. That's what we do. We gather together. While you and your people, y'all do what? Y'all just separate because you don't like somebody. You separate. You don't want to go to this person, call this person because they stole your recipe.
Right.
You understand? If I got an alt with my brother, I'm gonna take this brother to counsel. We're gonna get righteous judgment, and we're gonna move forward together. You understand? We're gonna fight these demons together, man. We're not gonna separate from each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we need each other to survive. Gather together before the day of the Lord call. That's what want to say, right? For the decree of the Lord come forth. Because that thing coming forth, man. That day is coming, man. You see what's going on in England, man. You see what's going on in the UK. Shit hitting the ceiling, man. If you ain't telling, if you can't tell it, Salaki, I ain't even cussing. Things are not going well anymore. You understand? Things are not going well like they were before. Right. These things are getting rough. And they're heading into a certain direction that if you're not prepared for what's coming after it gets to that direction, it's too late for you.
Right.
So you should come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, learn who you are, learn what your responsibilities are, and learn what you got to do to be right with the Lord. Right. So when that day come forth, you won't have no problems. Like, look at it.
Right. It's a lot. What you're saying is heavy, man. I didn't want to throw in, you know what I'm saying? We're here to teach you to keep your heritage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your heritage.
Right.
You know? We too busy dibbling and dabbling in everything, you know what I'm saying, that we see.
That's right.
So this is what we're trying to get out here and teach these brothers, teach our brothers and sisters, man. We're trying to bring y'all back to your heritage.
Right.
To the laws, statutes that you're supposed to keep.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Quit always worrying about figuring out and seeing what other people were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I got my class gonna be on.
Okay.
Right. I just want y'all to. But that's all. I'm gonna get in on that.
Yeah, right. And you know what? The thing about these laws, statutes, commandments, it ain't grievous, man. This stuff ain't hard, man. This ain't hard. All you got to do is love the brother that's next to you.
Right.
Love the sister that's next to you. That's all you got to do, for real, for real. That's all of this hangs all the law and all the prophets. Is to love your neighbor as yourself. On this hangs all the law and the prophets, man. You know what I mean? That's what's most important, man. Of course, you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and all this, but you can learn that later. Focus on loving your brother right now, today. Focus on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Do that first. The rest of that stuff will come. You know what I'm saying? The rest of it will come. So that's all I got, man. Y'all got anything? You got anything? You want to say officer, but not something like you are an officer, brother. You are allowed to voice your opinion. You have one, my brother.
Up to one.
That's all damn right. All right, most high crack. All right. He still got that truth about it. No sweat. No sweat. All right. Well, shit, with that, we're going to say, all right, Macho. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
All right. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Qudash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malaka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Asha. Barakisa. Hawa. Ayah. Bashamayim. Nathalanau. Call. Yawal. Basalaknau. Kawawaknau. Kasalaknau. Kawawaknau. Wala'ah. Lawa'ayanau. Nasayawan. Abal. Al-Shanau. Ayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalaku. Ma'ak. Ma'akabar. La'awalamyam.
Aman. It's the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debt. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Shabbat, that's like this. Men of Israel, we're going to do one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I'm Mazda. I'm Mazda Shabbat. I'm Mazda. Rock. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yazamatai. We want to courtesy salute to the sisters. The Israelite Master. Amadu Shabbat. Amadu Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yazamatai. Class dismissed.
I was going on my lesson yesterday at work.
Yeah.
I'm walking around doing this.
Let's get my shit.
Let me go back around.